with the conclusion of yesterday's New York Marathon, I'm going to put out a question for you. Can Kipchoge actually be the GOAT of the marathon when he never actually won the two most prestigious marathons in the world, New York and Boston? Let's dig right into this. There's another man from America, born in Eritrea. His name is Meb Keflezighi, and he has actually won both the New York and the Boston Marathon, the two most prestigious races in the world, in my opinion. And he also took home an Olympic medal. He's the only American runner to ever win both New York and Boston and take home an Olympic medal. Now, should he be considered the GOAT? Well, that's not really my argument. I know we're probably already dropping down to the comments to call me crazy now. No, that's not my argument. I'm not trying to say that I think Meb is the GOAT of the marathon. But what I do want to do is contrast and make a comparison video of two of my favorite runners of all time, which is, of course, Kipchoge, the real GOAT of the marathon, because I do believe that he is, and Meb Keflezighi. So let's dig right into this. What is it that makes both of these runners so special? So let's start off with Kipchoge. So in 2003, he actually won the World Championship gold medal in the 5,000 meter. A very different race, by the way, than the marathon. And then his career stretches 20 plus years. It's kind of argued at this point that his peak was probably seen around 2023 when he had his final two World Marathon major victories. And now he's raced for another couple years, and he's kind of drifted quite a bit off of that podium status. But inside that time, we saw two completely different eras. There was the first decade, which he focused primarily on the 5,000 meter on the track. I think most people would agree that it was not a pure dominance. There was definitely other runners like Bekele and Hicham El-Guerrouj who had a lot of dominance in long distance running as well. But he was right in there as one of the biggest names in long distance. He had multiple Olympic medals, and he also won the World Championship gold medal, 2003. Then his dominance started, and it was really a pure dominance from really about an entire decade that ended right around 2023. He won 11 World Marathon majors. He won the Berlin Marathon 5 times, and he also took a silver medal there as well. He won London 4 times. He won Tokyo once and Chicago once. But again, Boston and New York, in my opinion, the two most prestigious races. I know that's kind of a hot take. He didn't win those. But here's the thing that makes him so special, even though he eluded those. He decided, and I really have all the respect for this. I know in the beginning of the video, it might have seemed like I was trying to disrespect the GOAT. That wasn't my intention. I'm kind of trying to be funny here a little bit. He made a specific decision that he was going to pursue major World Marathon races as well as seasonal victories, so overall points in the Abbott World Marathon Majors. And of course, as we all know, he was going to pursue world records, and he did so relentlessly and successfully. He actually set the world record for the marathon 3 separate times. He does not currently hold it because it was taken by Kelvin Kipton, who unfortunately was killed in a car accident very shortly after his Chicago World Marathon or world record. But regardless, Eliud has held the world record numerous times, and I would say he has solidified himself as the greatest marathon runner of all time. What he has also done, which is just so amazing, is he's inspired millions of people, including myself, to lace up our running shoes and get out there and run. And he's been so consistent about that. He's filled with so much positivity. In my opinion, he is the greatest marathon runner of all time. I can't wait to see what's in store for him. I already put it out in a video yesterday. I believe that he will be getting heavily into the world of ultras. That's just speculation on my part, but I'm very excited to see what he gets into, and he's definitely one of my favorite runners. Now let's turn the tables and talk about Meb Keflezighi. This is a man from Eritrea, and he won the 2014 Boston Marathon. In my opinion, and I'm very biased because I'm from Boston, the most famous marathon in the world. He also won the New York Marathon, and he took home a silver medal in the Olympics. In my opinion, Meb is at least one of the greatest tactical marathon racers of all time, if not the best. Now, here's the interesting thing. His fastest time for the marathon is 2:08. Elite by all standards, but not anywhere close to the world record. So that's the interesting thing. And I believe that that's actually what sets him apart when you talk about how he's such a tactical racer. Because, of course, people like Kipchoge and others, even like even Beckley and others who have been so much closer to that world record pace for the marathon have such faster times. And, you know, you would probably expect to see them on the podiums of things like New York and Boston. But we haven't, for one thing, at least in the case of Kipchoge. However, with Meb, he's been on the podium of two of the biggest races of all time. And it's because he's such a dominant tactical racer. Whew. All right, that was a lot. Well, I'm going to kind of conclude my video here by just saying that, for one, those are probably my two favorite runners of all time. I've read books written by Meb. He's such an inspirational man. I follow his social media. And like I said, Kipchoge, probably my favorite runner of all time. And I just can't wait to see what he does over the coming year and years. He's inspired so many people. So I kind of wanted to just put out a hot take there. I know it was a little bit controversial, make it seem like I didn't think that he's the GOAT. He absolutely is the GOAT, even though he has not won two of the biggest marathons in the world, and maybe the two that I prize the most as ones that I want to race in the future. But those are probably my two favorite runners of all time. And I just think it's so interesting that they come from different backgrounds. They're both from East Africa, one from Eritrea, one from Kenya. But they both raced completely differently, and they both decided to formulate their careers in different ways. And I believe that they've both been abundantly successful. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So if you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe for more Buzzard track, more of my marathon training for the Boston Marathon. And I'll catch you on the next video.